Alright, welcome back. And I must say that that last section was nicely timed at 7 minutes. And that means that you are now done. I did leave two parcels here that I need to clean up. I'm going to highlight that for me, this parcel that got stuck in this cul-de-sac includes, here's what it includes. It starts up here on the top side of the road, progresses down around this side of the road, down around here, all the way back around because it's not an enclosed region yet, continues on this side of the road, and all the way down to here and out my site. So this one road property encloses a huge amount of land, and of course you can see it's 1.77 acres. But you know what? I do not want anybody else to be bothered with this, so road property and road property, and I'll just kind of drag this up here, and there it is. Now, this property over here is just this kind of silly little sliver that's sitting right here. It's not a road, but quite frankly, I don't care what it is. We're going to turn it into a road property anyway, simply because it is, ooh, maybe that's a good idea. Maybe I'll call it open space. And how about what's my label style? How about just parcel number? Boom, 25. So that's pretty reasonable. Although the 25, yeah, I'll just leave it. Okay, so on the PDF, you can see that this whole parcel here is a park, and it has some kind of hatching in it. So we're going to duplicate that. And this, notice the rest of these parcels say res, short for residential. Again, trying to shorten the overall label so it still communicates but takes up less space. And what we need to do is create a unique parcel style for this up here. We're not just going to call this residential. So that'll take us through creating a new parcel style again and a new label style. So back to Civil 3D. And if we look into our tools space, we can clearly see that we do not have a parcel style called park. So I'm going to take this property and duplicate it because that's what we've been editing so far. So I just like working with what I've already worked with. Name. We're going to call this thing Subdivision Park. And my design in this particular case is important. I want to fill this with some kind of hatching. And by the way, I'm going to say I want to only hatch the out, not the whole thing, but the outside, say, I don't know, 75 feet. Just making it up. And what's my parcel name template? I absolutely don't want to see a parcel number because quite frankly, there's only one park here. It's not hard to keep track of the numbers. So it looks like I'm having a hard time doing that. Here's where I edit it, and I will come in and now delete this here. And parcel style name is all I want. Name must include a number. That's a bummer. So I guess I'll cancel, and I guess I'll just leave it there. All right, sectioning. It's fine to leave it the marker style basic. So what's my display? Here's this fill area, and this is like either an AutoCAD layer freeze control or a visibility graphics option in Revit. So we're going to take our fill and turn it on. And then down here we have to decide, well, what is our fill angle, or I'm sorry, our fill pattern. So I'm going to click under this user single, and I want user defined, and so I'm going to click OK. That doesn't make sense to me. User defined, I guess I'll try custom. Custom pattern, no, user defined. Predefined. So predefined, here's my box to choose my predefined hatches. And by the way, all of these hatch pattern names are exactly what's in AutoCAD. It is the AutoCAD hatch patterns. So if you paid much attention in AutoCAD, you know there's grass in here somewhere, so it should be alphabetical, G for grass, and I'm going to use grass. And by the way, I know that a scale of 1 just isn't going to work, so I don't know. I'll try a scale of 10. I'm going to click OK, and I have a subdivision park. Of course, notice I don't have a subdivision park label style. So let's create one. Let's see, I have this road property. So I'm going to copy this one, and I'm going to name it, what am I going to name it? Yep, Subdivision Park. General, don't care, layout is what I need to adjust, and I need more than just a dot. So here's what's interesting. So in the name category, I have an option. So here is, yes, I'm going to get it. It's going to be capitalized or preserved case, and I push it over to the right. And I now have in my first line a command line that says go retrieve the name of the parcel. And I'm going to see if I can, yeah, whatever, I'll leave it alone. I'm going to come out to the end and press enter, and I'm working in a new line now. And now I'm going to go select parcel area, and I don't want square feet, I want acres. And I guess since all my other parcels are 0.01 acre precision, I'll leave that alone. And I think I'm okay. So I need to push this over into my command area, so I will click this arrow, and I now have 2 lines of text over here. Pretty sure that's what I want. I'll click OK. Notice my text is 094. Drag state is still 094. I'm happy. I'll click apply, OK, and nothing changed. Remember, all I have done is create the park style and label style. I now need to apply them. I will click into this particular property and change it to Subdivision Park, and then change the label style to Subdivision Park, and look at that. There is some blue grass. Really? When was the last time you saw blue grass? Let's make that grass green, and we're going to see and do that in our label style. So I will right click and edit. I will immediately navigate to my general. Dang it. It's the property itself. So subdivision park edit. And this parcel area fill, we don't want by layer. We actually want it to be, oh, I don't know, how about a dark green? Nice lush spring summer green. Click apply. And I don't know why we're getting taken back to our model space, but back to my layout. And now I have that park with a lot of grass in it, and then the label is in nice white space. So it doesn't overwhelm the drawing, and the label is still clear. Okay, so let's create one more label style. Let's say I'm going to put my house in here. Let's say I own all of this land. I'm going to subdivide it, and I'm going to save this one piece of land for myself, and it's going to have a great big castle on it. So let's create a new layer style that does that. Let's take this property again, copy it, and let's change our name to Castle. Actually, I'm going to change mine to Rob's Castle. And All of this section, basic stuff is okay. I'm going to go ahead and fill this thing. Look at my display, have my hatching be, oh, I don't know, how about this kind of light blue, just because that looks pretty, actually looks pretty similar to what's there. That's fine. And let's go pick some kind of pattern, predefined. And now, oh boy, this is going to be tough because I just don't remember good hatch patterns. So I'll pick earth. I know what that is anyway. So let's see, I'm going to get blue earth. I know that scale of 1 is just not going to work. I'm going to use a consistent scale throughout my project. So apply to 10, OK. And here's Rob's castle. So now I need a label style to match. And I think what I will do is copy this park, change its name to Rob's Castle. General, don't care. Layout, what do I have? Subdivision Park, which is a name. Yep, perfect. Dragged is perfect. Apply OK. And time to now apply these new style of objects. So I have my parcel selected. I'll change it to my castle and change it to Rob's Castle. And there we go. We now know that Rob can't spell. So actually, I'll just leave it there and pretend I'm from Ireland or something. Okay. Um, all right. So we now have all of our parcels labeled. It is time now to do some dimensioning. So I'm going to close out this chapter. We'll pick it up in the next chapter and begin to dimension all of these individual line segments. And by the way, we are going to find that it goes pretty quickly. So look forward to seeing you in the next section and hope this is helpful.